You ever hold something so fragile you were almost afraid to touch it? Like a newborn baby or a delicate flower or a very old photograph. The edges are kind of crumbling and getting brittle. That's exactly what life is like, fragile and precious. So often we forget about that and we begin to take life and everything that comes with it for granted until we're reminded not to. Isn't it funny how life will just put what you need to experience right in your path at the exact right moment? You know, I was reminded recently while I was at work by this elderly gentleman saying goodbye to his family. He was in the last hours of his life. And the family's in the room, they're circled around him and doing the appropriate things, saying goodbye, sharing stories, trying to find some closure. But the question that came to mind was, why do we wait? Why do we wait until we've received some kind of a huge wake-up call, or we're on our death's bed, saying goodbye, about to leave this world? Why do we wait to the very last moment or close to it to say the things that need to be said, to say I love you, to say I'm sorry, to say you're everything I ever wanted? I'd say pride is a pretty big factor in why I don't open up more, why I'm not so quick to be vulnerable and share. Pride and fear, self-preservation. I mean, if we expose our vulnerabilities, others can hurt us, right? Today I want to talk about how we can live with that sense of urgency without waiting for that wake-up call. Because if there's one thing I've learned is that life is a gift and it's up to us to decide what we do with it. Ah, my tree. This is my favorite dead tree. It's so interesting. Pride, too proud for people to know that maybe you just don't have everything together. Oh no, I can handle anything. I don't sweat anything. Is it important that people see you that way? Maybe a little guilty, yeah. Do I know better deep down? I know better. It doesn't matter what anybody thinks. It's what I think of me. So that's all that matters, and ultimately I do know that. So knowing all this, do I take it to heart and live it and breathe it? No, man. Life is a struggle. I'm not going to pretend like it's not. You got to do the best you can. Sometimes, the best you can is, baby steps. You know the right direction, you know the moves to make, but you take them at your pace. Yeah. Otherwise, it's not going to work. You can't force yourself to just flip a switch and start living a different life as a different person. You got to be you. Ride your own ride. Think for yourself. Question authority. Life's too precious, life's too fragile, and life's too short. Don't wait. Take action. Let's start with the little things. Acts of kindness. Those small gestures that may not seem like much, but yet they have the power to change someone's day, maybe even their life. A smile, a compliment, holding the door open for someone. It's not about the size of the act. It's about the intention behind it. It's not about the size, it's about the intention. Isn't that what you tell her? It's not about the size of the act, it's about the intention behind it. The planes, they keep coming, boss. Time out. The funny thing is when you give to others, you're not just helping them, you're helping yourself as well. Science shows that the act of giving service to others releases endorphins, kind of the feel-good hormone for the body, reduces stress, enhances relaxation, kind of gives you a connected feeling, a feeling that you belong. Can't we all use a little more of that? Reduce stress and a feeling of connectedness and belonging? Yeah. So the next time you're out and about in the world, look for opportunities to be kind. Not because you have to, but because you can. Now let's talk about time. Aging. Every wrinkle, every gray hair, every birthday reminds us that we're moving forward, whether we like it or not. But here's the beautiful part. With age comes wisdom, perspective, a chance to leave something behind, a legacy. Legacy isn't about the money you make or the stuff you accumulate. It's about the lives you touch, the memories you make. What do you want to leave behind? What lessons do you want passed on? What do you want people to feel when they hear your name mentioned? People will remember what you made them feel. Think about it. The memories you have, the things that make you smile, they almost always involve someone else. So don't let pride, fear, or busy schedules keep you from making connections. Reach out, share your time and your heart with those that matter. Because at the end of the day, what we'll remember is not what we had, but those we loved. And then there's death, the one thing we all try so hard to ignore, but we know is coming. But here's the thing, death isn't the opposite of life, it's a part of it. So when we finally embrace that, when we finally acknowledge our time here is limited, we begin to live differently. We look at things with a little more forgiveness in our heart. We embrace our children a little tighter. Our perspective has changed. Death isn't something to fear, it's something to learn from. It teaches us to value our limited time here. So let's not wait for the diagnosis or the close call to start living like life is precious, because it is. So here's my challenge to you. This week, do something that reminds you of just how precious life is. Reach out to someone you've been meaning to reconnect with. Spend some time with your kids. Actually listen to them. Do something kind for a stranger.
We haven't gone? All right.
Or how about just take a walk and appreciate the beauty of the world around you? All right, beautiful people. As always, I appreciate your time. Thank you for sharing it with me. It is the most valuable commodity there is. Once you give somebody a little piece of your time, you'll never get it back. So that's why I say it's the most valuable commodity. I thank you again. If any part of this message resonated with you, share it with somebody. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe so you can come on back and hear some more important life conversations. Merch George out. Y'all ever think about just how much you don't know? I mean, think about it. You have no idea how much you don't know because you don't know what you don't know. Is that an oversimplification? You don't know what you don't know? I need some comment. I need some feedback on this, please.